Hey everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. This is a bonus episode for you guys. I didn't even announce it because I wanted everybody to be surprised. I've got an interview with Mallorie from this season of a 90 Day Fiance, the OG. Welcome, Mallorie. You're so cute.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're so cute. Now, are you at your house there in Alabama?
Yes, I'm in my work from home office.
Okay. All right. Well, that was going to be one of my questions. People are asking because you said on one of these recent episodes that you had two jobs. I'm like,
yes, ma'am.
What are the two jobs?
Yeah. So I'm a medical coder. I'm not sure if people don't know what that is. Anytime you go to the doctor's office, have a surgery, the emergency room, whatever it is, there's documentation for your diagnosis codes and what the provider did. So pretty much I go in, I review the doctor's documentation, I select the diagnosis codes, and also what type of, we call it a CPT code, which CPT code to assign. And I send it off to insurance. So.
Okay. So that's job number one. What's job number two?
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay. Well, that is interesting because people were like, oh, she said she has two jobs. I was like, you guys, I'm sure it's something like boring, you know? And
it might be boring to other people, but I mean, keeps me entertained.
It's interesting to you. All right. First thing I really want to know is how you got on the show. Did somebody tell you about it? Were you a fan? How did you know about it?
So I've watched 90 Day before. I've been a fan of the 90 Day universe. And after my girls trip, that's where I met Rashid, on my girls trip to Greece in 2023, I had a coworker and she goes, oh my God, you need to apply for 90 Day Fiance. And I was like, girl, they're not going to pick me. They're not going to pick us. We're too boring. Like it's, like at the time you have like the Jasmine and Gino stuff, going on. And I'm like, we're boring. They're not going to pick us. I was like, but just for the fun of it, I'll apply. It'll be like our little joke. And now here we are.
Now, how long were y'all together before you applied for the visa? And then how long did the visa take?
So we were together for like 4 or 5 months before we applied for the visa.
Oh my gosh. So not that long.
No, not that long at all. Not that long at all.
Okay.
And then the visa took about 12, 13 months.
Okay. And were you just going back and forth?
Yeah. So after my girls' trip, summer 2023, I then went back to Turkey, January 2024. And then I went back in October 2024. And then thankfully the next trip was bringing him to America.
And that's when the cameras went with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Fast. Okay. So you're one of the rare couples on this show. And if you've been watching it a long time, you know that we're immediately rooting for. We're immediately like, okay. And as we say on my show, we're always like, I believe in their love. I believe in their love. I believe this is going to be a fairy tale. We immediately liked him and thought he was super cute. We immediately liked how much he loved you. And it obviously is not like a scam, you know, but you've got to tell me that you met him, you went on a girls trip and you say, and this is what the young people do. I get it. You go on Tinder or whatever and you're like, I'm going to find a hookup.
Yep.
Okay. So you find this hookup and he braids your hair?
Yes. He braids my hair. Backstory. When me and my friend went to Greece, she had already had Tinder on her phone and I was just kind of like on a hiatus of dating apps. I was like, I'm over it, like whatever. And she was like, girl, you got to download Tinder. These men on here are unreal. Like they're gorgeous. So I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, she wasn't lying.
Yeah.
And then me and Rosh match. And, a couple of days later, we meet up and I don't even know. I can't even remember how he started to braid my hair, but he just started braiding my hair. And I was just like, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm braiding your hair. And I was just like, okay, is this normally what you do after hooking up with somebody? Like, is this your...
Is this thing? Is this thing?
Yeah. And he's like, no, I just wanted to braid your hair. Your hair is beautiful. And I was like, okay.
On an upcoming episode, we see y'all go to a baseball game and your hair is braided. Did he braid your hair?
No, not that time. He didn't braid. I braided my hair.
The
No,
magic is gone. You no longer braid my hair.
yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah. It's not on camera, but he does. He has braided my hair since being in America. It's just it was never on camera that they caught it.
I think that's so funny. I know that my husband and my son would not know how to braid anything. I don't think.
I know you would. It caught me off guard, and I was just kind of like, "How do you know how to braid?" And he was like, "My sisters." He was like, "I have my older sister and my younger sister." He was like, "So because his older sister was already out of the house when his younger sister was growing up. So everything his older sister taught him, he just did it for his younger sister."
That's really sweet.
And he braids his mom's hair too. There's video. Yeah, oh God.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Okay, I am from Mississippi and you're from Alabama. So what is your closest town there to where you are in Athens, Alabama? What's your closest big city?
Huntsville, Alabama.
Oh, okay. One of my best friends from college is from Huntsville. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What a small world.
Small world. They've got the aerospace training thing
there,
right?
NASA. Yep.
Yes. Is it NASA that's there?
Rocket City. It's NASA. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because she one summer was like a camp counselor at like rocket camp or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. The space camp it's so funny. I told my nieces and nephews about there's a space camp and they were like, we want to go there one summer to Aunt Mau Mau's and do space camp. And I was like, okay. I don't know how expensive that is, but okay.
Yeah. Cute. Y'all, the best summer pieces are the ones you end up wearing on repeat. Comfortable, versatile, somehow right for every occasion. So I'm at the beach or I'm at home or wherever I am, I always am wearing these same pieces over and over from Quince. They are linen. They are so light and so beautiful. People are constantly like, where'd you get that dress? Let me tell you what I'm loving right now from Quince. I've got this short sleeve swing dress. I've got the linen shirt dress. My favorite is the short sleeve pop over top, the long sleeve pop over dress. The long sleeve pop over maxi dress, I have it in a light blue color. I bet I wear it once a week and people stop me. Where did you get that? I mean, it looks like I got it at like some sort of fancy European store. It is from Quince and it is so affordable. You know, they have these lightweight, effortless styles. They start at $32. They also have this amazing denim. You can get some really cute white denim jeans. They have these organic cotton sweaters. And that's really great. Sometimes at night, you need to just like throw something on your cute linen pop over top. They also have this incredible jewelry. And I've told you guys, don't sleep on their bedding. They've got these amazing cashmere throws for the end of your bed. You guys, Quince literally has everything. And let me tell you something else I'm loving, their luggage. I'm telling you, they have everything. They've got candles. I couldn't even like name all the things they have. You got to go check it out. So make your summer wardrobe feel easier. You're going to go to quince.com/pinkshade for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. You guys, it's available in Canada now too. That's QUINCE.com/pinkshade. That's free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pinkshade. Okay, so you're there in Alabama, and I appreciated that you were very honest to say, you know, in my town where I am, there might be people that have a different opinion about immigrants or are pro deportations, but the people that we've seen so far have been nice. And I've said on my show, I'm like, I'm from the deep South too. And yes, you're going to run into that in New York City too, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere.
I appreciate that you were so honest about it and so honest about like making jokes about rednecks and stuff. Cause it's better to put it out there to be like, I'm aware of what the stigma is and face it. Now, the people we've seen have all been nice. So have you guys had any problems?
You know, like I said, the only problem that I had previously was a friend of a friend, you know, at a get together. This was, and the comment was made like a year before Rosh was even here. So Rosh, you know, like, and the comment just caught me off guard. You know, I was just like, whoa, like I didn't, you know, like, okay. But it wasn't somebody that I hang out with, or I don't associate myself with people like that. Like once especially having an immigrant, being in a relationship with an immigrant, you can't surround yourself with people like that.
No,
It's just
no.
no.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear you haven't really had any major problems.
Yeah, not yet though. I mean, there might be more you guys might see.
Well,
Just
I will
hasn't been
say
shown.
that people were immediately like, well, they shouldn't live there. She should take him and move to a bigger city. I was
It's
like,
everywhere.
what are you gonna? I mean, again, I'm from
Right.
Mississippi, and I'm like, you're in Alabama. Even if you move to Atlanta, which would be like one of the biggest, New Orleans, like a big southern city, you're still going to have it. So
Racism is everywhere. It doesn't stay in one spot. Like, it's not just located in one state. I mean, there's, I think in the South, people are more, I think, I don't want to say this, but it's the truth. I think in the South, people are more comfortable with being blatantly racist, where if you go up north, or if you go to other areas, they're more low key about it, or their comments, they say like snarky comments, like they're not as bold as I feel like people in the South are.
I agree. And again, like I said on my show, like a million times, like this is not every single person. And like I said, I'm so glad to see that all your friends have been they threw that white trash bash, which was hilarious. So funny. And I got to tell you that when Brandon was so upset about a man doesn't sit on your tailgate, when I tell you we have taken a poll, we have I'm like, everybody Southern out there, please reach out. And only one out of no lie, like I'd say 30, 40 people responded.
I know.
Only one person said, okay, I have heard of this. And I was like, never heard of such a thing in my life.
I literally, when I saw the footage for the first time, I was like, I've never heard of that in my life. But
did Brandon make it up?
One thing about Brandon is maybe in Brandon's world, you don't sit on his tailgate. Maybe the way he was brought up with his Southern family, he was told that. I don't know.
It was he was like, he disrespected me by sitting on my tailgate. I was like, he walked into your living room and took a beer and sat in your favorite chair. Like, now how long ago was it that you and Brandon were like friends with benefits? Was it 6 years ago? Was it right before Rosh? Like what I can understand, I can understand Rosh is uncomfortable with it, but you guys are all in a friend group and seem to have been good friends for years. So how long ago was it?
So it was the beginning of 2021, and it was
2 years before you met Rosh.
Yeah, 2 years before I met Rosh.
Okay.
It lasted for maybe 2 months, if that. And then after those 2 months, we were never physical ever again. Ever again. Like we never, once we stopped having that situationship with each other, we were like, okay, we're going to be in each other's lives. I'm Michaela's best friend. You're her husband's best friend. Let's not, we're not getting rid of each other. That's for sure. We're not getting rid of each other. So
I think it's just a very kind of like a mature thing because, definitely like in college, you have all sorts of like big groups of friends and somebody may have some drinks at a white trash bash and hook up and you're in your 20s and who cares? You're still all in the same friend group.
Yeah.
And especially it sounds like the two of you were very much like, this happened, it's not going to happen anymore. And now we're done and we're still all have to be friends. It was just.
Yeah. And I think that's what, the internet being up in roar over that. I'm just kind of like, you guys really don't understand. Like it's not.
You're friends. You can still be friends. Yeah.
Yeah. We're adults. Like we're friends. Now if we were in a very serious relationship and we were engaged at one point, okay. But it was never,
It was never like that. It was never like that.
No.
Okay. And speaking of that, I saw a post that you did here in the last day or two regarding your car accident. And explain to me what that was about. You did a long post about people not tell me you've gotten negative feedback about your car accident? I don't get
it. So I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to give this person the satisfaction.
Okay.
But it was Sunday night. There, I'm scrolling through TikTok, and a lot of people that make stuff about reality TV.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of them, and I have very good relationships with the majority of them.
Okay.
This person was watching, they were doing like a recap or whatever of the show. And they were like, well, I'm not trying to be heartless, but it really seems like TLC's dragging out her car accident. Oh, she just ironically went by the crash site. Yeah, like I can't, like, this cast is so boring, blah, blah, blah. And, I slept on it. Yeah, I slept on it. I prayed on it. And then ironically, yesterday, I had a doctor's appointment with my GI doctor. And, hearing them just reiterate some things that are going to be with me for life, I was like, you know what? You know what? Like, you are heartless. Like, you're disgusting. Like, if you don't have anything nice to say about something like that, then just skip over it. Like, you don't have to commentate. Like, comment, like, there was more in that episode. Commentate on something else. Like, if you're acknowledging it, you don't want to seem heartless, and then you continue to be heartless. It's just kind of like, grow up. Like, ew.
Yeah, there's lots of things that you could comment on the episode, but that doesn't make any sense to me, because I think from what I watched, very clearly you said, I don't ever drive by there. And he says, take me to where it is. I want to like see for my eyes what happened. And you stood on the side of the road and you explained this car was coming this way and you could see how fast. And I thought you said very clearly, I never drive by here, but we're near it. And he said, well, let's go to where it is. It wasn't like you said, I've never driven by there in 1 year, but today's the day.
Yeah.
I thought it was done very well. And I don't think I don't think it's been harped on at all. I think it was mentioned at one point because you had a settlement, and then it was mentioned when you showed where it was. And then it was mentioned again regarding the prenup. Like, I have this settlement that's in a brokerage firm that I just want to protect. And I mean, by the way, this is not a boring season. This season is amazing.
I mean, I would sound biased if I would say that, but I think this season's pretty good too.
We are loving it. We are diagnosing Katie every week. So concerned about her drinking problems.
Bless her heart.
So concerned that everybody's like, she's got this and that. I'm like, nobody's going to say that she drinks too much. Like, no one? No? Any friends? Family? Anybody? No? Husband? No? Nope. Nobody's going to say it. I will say on a coming up episode, there is someone that mentions it. And I was like, well, thank God. Like, somebody is talking about the elephant in the room with Katie.
Yeah. Well, and I think, she's a couple years, not that I'm so much older than her, but she's a couple years younger than me. And, so are her friends and stuff like that. And I think it's just like, when you live in small towns, it's like, well, what do you mean? This is all we can do is go out to the bars and go drinking to have a good time. And it's like,
when you have more than one guy literally palm your face to push you away, you have to think about if the roles were reversed and a guy was doing that, it would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
God bless. We want justice for Katie.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Debbie and Mito?
I love Debbie. I do. I want the best for her, just because she just, I don't know, like, there's just something about her that I'm just like,
you're rooting for Debbie.
Yeah, I'm rooting for her. And the only thing I can say is I hope and pray that Mito is here for the right reasons. I mean, I can only criticize my own relationship. I mean, I don't know how their relationship is behind closed doors when the cameras are off.
Not great.
I mean, yeah.
And my thoughts. Look how he talks to her when their cameras are on. Yeah.
And yeah,
it's all a wait and see. And we keep saying, okay, surely on the next episode they'll show us this or that, and then they don't, and we have to wait it out.
I know.
Shay and Annabelle, how much? I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love Annabelle?
Oh my God! Like, I love Annabelle. She is exactly what he needs. Like, she is. When I watch their stuff, like, I was just like, Yeah, he needs a woman that is not going to put up with his nonsense, and she's going to set him straight. I love her. Like, I love them. I just
love her so much. And every time, and you know, as a Southerner, when they talk about the lake, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know about the lake. I know about the lake. Or you go down to the river, the lake or the river. Yes. They're definitely having a white trash bash down by that lake and that river. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you guys are talking about our white trash bash. What about that one?
What about that one? They just didn't name it. Well, I love Annabelle, and I hope she is gonna. I hope when we get to the reunion, I do love when all you guys like meet in person at the reunion, and then you're from Alabama and Aisha's from Alabama.
Yeah,
and I was like, now is Alabaster close to Athens? I have no grasp of Alabama.
No. She's about 2 hours south of me.
South. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by her. I'm fascinated by we're going to see coming up, like his family gets real mad that she's 38 and they're basically like, the dad literally says she's so close to menopause,
which is crazy. It's like, that's a bold statement for a man to say. Okay.
Right. And I was like, no, I don't know. God bless. Okay, now back to Brandon. We have lots of questions about why did you have to borrow his pet camera? Why couldn't you buy your own pet camera? People were concerned.
You know, to be completely honest, with everything that was on my plate preparing for my fiance to come to America, buying a pet camera slipped my mind.
But why did you need one? So how long were you gone and you had all those dogs? So was somebody like coming in to watch the dogs?
Yeah, my friends were coming in to watch them. But so I liked being able, I was only gone for like a week, but still I was able to like log on and just, see them. And because Mickey and Minnie they're at the time that we were filming, they were like 2 or 3 months old. Oh. So I just was really worried about, puppies.
Yeah. And you just got them and then you had to leave.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, oh, I hope,
All right. Tell me about the decision-making thought process of getting 2 dogs in addition to the 2 you already had right before you're bringing your fiance to move in.
There wasn't much of a decision making. Okay. There was no thought process. Okay. So the backstory on how I got 2 of them, and they're from the same litter and everything. I do not recommend having 2 puppies at the same time unless you can mentally handle that. I'm never doing that again. That would be
then you'd have 6. So I hope not.
Yeah, I'm never doing that again. And I had gone to a horse show because I'm a part of the horse community, and there was these people here selling these cute little puppies. I was like, oh my God, they're so cute. And I had FaceTimed Rosh and I was like, look how cute they are. And he was like, oh, get one. And I was like, okay. And I was like, but I want a girl because I already had a boy and a girl. And I was like, well, I want a girl. He's like, well, I want a boy. And then the person that was selling them, they were like, well, we'll do a buy one, get one free special. And I was just like,
oh my God.
I was like, okay.
And they were like, please take these puppies. And what kind of puppies are they?
They are Australian Shepherd cattle dog mixes.
Okay. Do you have a big backyard?
Kind of.
Okay. Really. That's a lot. That's a lot of dogs. So what are your other 2 dogs? Because we know Opal is, what kind of dog is Opal?
She's a corgi.
She's a corgi.
She's a Pembroke Welsh corgi.
I just saw the funniest corgi video the other day about why corgis always back up. And it was a whole thing of like, to the song Back That Ass Up. And it was all these corgis backing up. Like, okay, so she's a corgi and has the tiny legs. It needs the ramp for the bed. Yes. And then what's the other dog?
Twister. So I adopted Twister. I don't remember. Like 2019 was when I got Twister. I adopted him. Okay. And that's of course.
And you just said his name. So now.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sorry.
That's okay.
and he is a pit bull healer cross.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, this is dog corner. I have 2 dogs, so I'm always like obsessed with people's dogs. I'm obsessed with people that have more than 2 dogs, and how do you do it? And then you got 2 dogs right before he moved. I was like,
yes, and they're all herding dogs. That was not planned.
So you walk outside and they all just circle you.
Oh my God, they're just a hot mess. They're so hyper. I don't recommend for herding dogs.
Yeah, you walk outside and they're trying to herd you, and you're like, stop! I'm trying to walk.
Inside, outside, they're following me oh my God, I don't. Yeah,
well, you'll always have companionship.
That's true.
Okay, so on an upcoming episode, we're going to see you and your friends go to like a local baseball game. Is this like a Huntsville team?
Yeah, so they're newer. I think they were established in like 2022.
Okay, very new. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're very new. And they actually had the locals pick their name. So it was a decision between like the Trash Pandas, Rocket City Rockets, I think, and then there was some other one. I don't know.
Rocket City Rocket seems to make the most sense. I mean, Trash Pandas is hilarious, but also like what?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how they came up with that, but Trash Pandas won, obviously. And so, yeah, we went to a Trash Pandas game because Rosh has never been to an American baseball game.
Yeah, I loved that. I loved that. And on the upcoming episode, you guys are also, Rosh and Brandon still not getting along. And can you just give me a hint? Does it ever get better? Are they going to braid each other's hair?
Maybe they'll braid each other's beards. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You guys I don't know.
Oh my God. Well, I was like, I hope these 2 never have a fist fight.
I know.
That's my concern.
It doesn't get physical. Let's just put it that way. Thank God it doesn't get physical. There's a moment.
It seems a couple of times like, ooh.
It gets close. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Michaela and Ren. So is Ren spelled R-Y-N? Like Ryan without the A?
Pretty much, yes.
But it's Ren.
Yes.
Does that come from something?
Is it
like his mother's maiden name or something?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because you know how we do. You know how we do in the South. You got the mother's maiden name, and I got Mary Payne, the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know.
And also I wonder if it's like part of a name, and they took out the Ren because he's like a third, and so they said, okay, Core Ren 1, 2, and 3. So for the third, we're going to call him Ren instead of Corin. You know what I mean, or something.
Yeah.
The Southerners, they do it real crazy with the names.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm pretty positive. Sorry, my AirPod kids. I'm pretty positive. It's his middle name.
Okay.
But he goes by his middle name, I think.
So there was a person on, I don't know if you watch any Bravo, Real Housewives. On Real Housewives of OC, Dr. Jennifer's husband's name was Ryan, but then he renamed himself Ren, R-Y-N-E. So he was Ryan, but then he got his name changed to R-Y-N-E. So I was like, this is very similar. Like, it's like, Ryan, Ren, what's your name? Yeah.
No, yeah. As a grown man, he did not go and change his name.
No. Okay. Now, on this last episode, you talk to Rosh about the prenup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My take on it is, why not? If you think you're going to be married for 100 years, like, why not go ahead and do it? You have this big asset, this one particular thing you're trying to protect. Mm-hmm. And if you guys are married for 15 years and get divorced, at that point, the house is half his anyway. So, if he's been paying into it. So, or you guys may have moved and bought a new house.
Yeah.
But I think that culturally, we see so many of these same stories play over and over. Mm-hmm. Number one is the bidet, always important. Yes. Bidet is a main story.
Outside of America, it is. I mean, it's.
And they need it. They want it. They have to have it.
Yeah.
And then we see prenup a lot is another storyline that they cannot get their brains behind the whole prenup.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we see the Muslim men are like, well, now I'm the head of the household and you do what I say.
Yeah.
But now he's run up against a strong Southern woman who's like, no. So no. So okay, a couple things about the Muslim men. Number one, it seems to me that Rosh didn't care about the thing about no sex before marriage. Like he was okay with that.
Yes.
He was okay with that, but he's not okay with, you got to be the head of the house and all that. So it's like pick and choose. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I think, different, I think, I don't want to say like kind of like in America where like different denominations.
Right. And also no pork is a big thing for him. He's like, no pork. Yeah.
Yeah. He does. Yeah. I mean, and Turkey is a very secular country. A lot of people don't know that. There is multiple religions in Turkey. There's, Islam is the predominant, religion, but there's Catholics, there's Christians, there's churches right beside the mosques and stuff like that. But I think they're just not as like how Mito coming from Egypt or, how Jordanians, Turkey is just it's a very secular country. It's
a little more, their religion is a little more loosey-goosey and not so like, it has to be, all these things have to be followed exactly.
Yeah. And I think they just lean more Western into the Western culture. And that's just.
Well, that's good for you. Cause then you met him on Tinder.
So. I know.
Yeah. Does his family have any problem with you saying like y'all met on Tinder and that you were sleeping together in the same bed and all that? Like, do they have a problem with that?
No, believe it or not. I mean, I think you would think that they would. But I think a lot of it is, they understand he's a grown man and he's going to make his own decisions at the end of the day.
Yes.
So I think that's where a lot of it came from is they were like, we can't control him. Well, and I think that's where a lot of it, and they knew their son was, active.
Well, like you think of like Sarper, he's from Turkey and he banged 2,500 women. So, I mean,
Yeah, Rosh isn't like that, but.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. And did you guys ever talk about you moving there? Because where he's from, that region, we've seen it he lived there, but we've seen it on other 90-day shows, Marmaris, where it's like, wow, this is a gorgeous town. So did you ever consider that, moving there? Yeah,
I mean, I think when we were going through that immigration process, that was definitely a backup plan. We obviously didn't really talk about it because we didn't want that to be the last resort, but we did acknowledge, especially with the state of how, immigration was going and what was going on with immigration. Turkey was definitely an option. It would have been a struggle. It would have been a struggle for sure. But yeah, we did talk about it. Yeah.
Do a lot of people in his town, speak English or no?
I would say it's like if you go to the restaurants and the retail stores, they do, because Marmaris predominantly is a very hot spot for British people. Yeah. It's very televised in England, come to Marmaris, for your summer, and the Turkish people, what they do is they'll put their pricing in pounds instead of lira because the conversion rate's higher and they get more money.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean I would say it's not like if you go to Istanbul. And English is spoken very well there, but they're his family, Rosh's family, they don't speak any English. It's barely anything. So
yeah, I was sad when he said, I'm going to need $100, $150 when you guys were talking about the expenses, and to us, that's not a lot of money. But of course, I liked how you're like, okay, here's everything we're spending. I have to assume at the top of that piece of paper was, here's how much I bring in, and then here's how much we subtract. Yeah. For him to really get it. And then he said, I need a little money for my family. And you're like, and he's like, they live in a tent, baby. And I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of forgot about that part. Did their house burn down? What happened?
It was an earthquake. So the earthquake, it was it was like not winter, but I think it was like January, February 2023. It was it hit there. So he's originally from Kahramanmaraş, Turkey. And so there was a big earthquake. It was like a 7.4.
I remember that big earthquake. Yes.
And it hit Syria too. So it was Turkey and Syria. And that's what happened. They lost everything. Yeah.
And are they doing better now? Are they able to rebuild or?
They're getting by. The Turkish government was supposed to be building houses for the people that had been displaced, and the houses have taken still now. And, so during the winters, his mom will go to Marmaris. That way it's cooler and his dad will stay back and work, but they're, people online, their first initial response is like, well, why doesn't she just go to Turkey? Like, oh, I would get out of the United States. And I'm just like, you have like the privilege you have to think that these people do not suffer over there. Like,
right. Just because it's a beautiful town doesn't mean.
I'm like, the monthly salary for one person is like $400 to $900 American dollars. That's,
you can't, that's rough. That's rough.
That's rough. Like,
Oh my God. Well, I have loved your story, and anytime there's a Southerner, I get very excited. I love to do a Southern accent, like it just brings me back to home.
Yeah.
And we think Rosh is so cute. We think you're so cute. I think you guys are very good, and you're like talking heads together. I love this week. He said, "Shut the motherfucker up." I was like, that's so funny. I was like, can I adopt that in my everyday? Shut the motherfucker up.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Yes.
I love how excited he is about a sex shop.
Yep.
He's like, never seen this. Where you see like other people like Stevie and Maddie, and he's like, he also was sort of like from Iran, he's like, whoa, look at that. Have you been in touch with her? She would be a great friend to you, I think.
I followed her on social media.
Yeah.
I do need to reach out to her because last summer when we were watching the series, Rosh, like I was like, oh, she's not, I think she's like 4 or 5 hours from me. She's not that far from me.
She's in Hattiesburg. So
yeah. She's not that far.
I would love for y'all to be friends. That would be like my dream team, Southern friends. I would love that. I would love that too.
Yeah. I would love that too.
And then you have, husbands with, same ideas and stuff. You both have cute husbands in the South. Why not?
I know.
Well, tell everybody where they can follow you if you want them to on social media, but don't say anything mean about her accident, whoever you are that said that.
Yeah, it's okay. They're irrelevant.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram and TikTok, and I think it's just Mallorie 90 Day.
Okay.
Made it easy.
Okay,
easy,
good.
Easy.
It's not, there's no like underscore or dashes.
You know what? Let me check. Hold on.
Okay. Somebody, I think if they just type in Mallorie with the IE.
I think
90
so.
Day, then you could find it.
Yeah, it's Mallorie underscore on Instagram. It's Mallorie underscore 90 day.
Okay.
And then it's either that, the same for TikTok, or just Mallorie 90 day, but it should pop up. It should
pop up.
Yeah.
And, we'll do some reels and stuff from this episode, and I'll tag you. And now I've got a new Southern friend, and I love it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go do this. Don't hang up, and everybody make sure you're following me on Instagram too. Pink Shake Pod. Okay, thanks. Bye.